Morning, everybody. It's 9 a.m. Eastern.
Good night.
On it. Good night.
What was the old, like, 90s thing? It was like, do you know where your kids are?
It's 3 a.m. Do you know where your kids are? Where were you typically?
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
In high school on the computer.
What's changed?
I go to bed before 3 a.m. most nights.
Well, it's probably for the best. Yeah, in bed. The only time I stay up until 3 now.
Sumo nights? On Saturdays only?
Yeah, well, even that is like 3 a.m. I don't know. That's hard. I feel like in college I was up until 3.
3 a.m. regularly?
Yeah, like every night. I feel like I, in college I was just like all the time. Or filming TRG calls. Yeah, that's the most recent string of 3 a.m.s. Man. Was that April?
Yeah.
Late April we were doing that?
Uh-huh.
God, that was rough. Anyway, morning everybody. I hope everyone had a pretty good weekend. And it's fairly well rested. Hopefully no one stayed up till 3 a.m. and if you did, you got a rest.
Bojangles is trending. Today's his Bojangles' birthday.
Happy birthday, Bojangles. On this day in 1977. I mean, hey man, if you want to get a good biscuit or some good fries. There's too many people saying. Hold on. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? People keep screaming Switch Pro. You're not allowed to do that. You can't scream bomb on a plane. I don't see nothing. I don't see anything. I cannot confirm this is real.
Good morning, Jules.
Morning, Jules. Jules, it's been a bit. It's been a while since you've been here. There's a lot been going on. You got a cute little doggy.
Oh, it's so cute.
Dog's like this big.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, about that big.
Hold on, I gotta click this now. Meet the newest entry to the Nintendo Switch family. Nintendo Switch OLED model brings the versatility of the Nintendo Switch experience with a vibrant 7-inch OLED screen and a wide adjustable stand and more. Okay, so it is real. Sorry, I'm now clicking this. Switch, Nintendo. If you're learning it this morning, congrats, you get to learn with us. Nintendo Switch OLED model available October 8th for $349.99. So the Nintendo Switch MSRP is $300, right? So it's $350. Well-served adjustable stand.
Oh, I like the stand.
Built-in Ethernet port, 64 gigs internal storage, enhanced audio. It includes Joy-Con. Thanks. That's it. It doesn't say anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all it says. I was really hoping to read something that's like docked mode 4K or, you know, HDR, but none of that is on here. It has a fancy screen. So, yeah. I mean, the thing I'm interested in is a system which runs games better.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
You know, when they're like, this Switch runs Breath of the Wild at 60 FPS, you know? Like, that's notable. But in its current state, I'm like, I don't need a nicer screen on my Switch, because my Switch stays in the dock. So, I'm not sure that this is necessarily the Switch
that you want.
Pro, you know? Either way, if you don't already have a Switch, and you would be playing it handheld, this would have a better screen.
Speaking of the Switch...
The Switch Semi-Pro. Thank you, Zessa.
On Saturday night, I got a lot better at golf.
I need you to not do that.
There's some things I learned that'll help you too, I'll tell you.
Oh,
I won't
thanks.
keep them secret.
Thank you.
I got a hole in one.
Good job. It says Switch Amateur. Yeah. Yeah, not... Normal Switch. There is eventually going to be like the current console path for all companies is iteration. It's not just boom new like they don't do that now. I mean, Nintendo hasn't shown that they're going to do that, but they're not going to do that. So there is going to be another thing that like another Switch that runs things better. It just doesn't sound like it's this one. Give it time. That's what I say. Give it time. It was one of the secrets. Don't use your wedge to putt. It was an accident. A really bad accident. But it's fine. We played Mario Golf on Friday, and if you missed it, you should check it out because it's fantastic. It was a good match. There was a lot of screaming. I screamed a lot. Yeah, just temporarily. Digital Nugget, thank you. You got 5 gift subs from Digital Nugget to Block Gun, Foxy People, Jadsea, No Elephants, and Snowmad. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll be reading alerts shortly. It's a cereal morning. You gotta get through it before you run out of hard juice. You know what I mean? When it's crunchy, you gotta keep it crunchy. What about Apple Jacks? I just buy whatever's on sale because cereal's too expensive. Cereal's weird. If it's at normal price, it's too expensive. If it's half off, which is when I buy it, like it is half off, but it's buy one get one free. I'm like, that's perfect. I'm like, that's reasonable. It's completely reasonable. But the normal price for cereal is insane because it's like $5, and I'm like, that's like 2.5 bowls.
Especially the Summit.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I'm almost done. I got started on the stream a little bit late this morning. I started the stream at like I started the countdown at like 8:53. I laid in bed for a while because my back is still hurting, and you know, it is getting better each day. I can tell it's getting better, but Lord have mercy, I can't believe how badly I screwed my back up. It's fine though. Sep says you eat more cereal than I do. $5 box of cereal lasts me like 2 weeks. I mean, I don't know if it's that I eat more cereal. Well, I mean, I eat more in a bowl probably. Because like, I like to make a little mountain. And I use like really big bowls. So I like to do that. But then they got these little. I like to get like the family. Maybe son. I like to get the like the big family pack of cereal, like the big boxes, because otherwise I'm not even joking. Like the little slim normal boxes of cereal is about 2.5 bowls, and that's just. And how many servings is that? I don't know. I don't use the servings. I put them in a bowl. That's what happens. I got one more bite. After that bite, hold on.
I'm almost done with my yogurt.
Okay. I had an extra bite, but it's because 2 floated away. There we go. How big your bowl? Well, I don't. This seems like a pretty normal bowl to me.
Yeah, that's a pretty normal bowl.
A pretty normal bowl. But I like to really stack them. So. There we go. I feel better now. For those that missed it, because I think I originally talked about this on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like, what'd you do? You're back. Quick version. This is so upsetting, but this is just life in the 30s now. I sat in a chair bad. I was sitting at our table downstairs. We had friends over playing a card game. Kepler was in my lap. I couldn't get up to the table, so I had my bottom twisted one way and my top twisted another way. So I was twisted like 90 degrees. And I sat like that for a while, probably almost an hour. And then by the time we were done with the game, everyone went home. I started hurting. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and I was in extreme pain and have been in pain in some capacity since, Friday in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great. It's definitely getting better though. The thing that sucks the most is it hurts to breathe, which was an unexpected side effect. So we don't have a voodoo doll of me anymore, right? That's gone.
We don't, but Jules might.
Thought we burned that just to be safe. The way I know that I'm getting better is whenever I breathe now, I can go a little bit further each day before it hurts. Like, I'll let you know. Yeah, right there. Okay. Whew, whew, whew. So yeah, it's getting better. My assumption, the reason it hurts that it hurts when I breathe is because I'm assuming that my lungs, when they fill with air, are pushing against that muscle.
Your chest is expanding.
Yeah, because that's how body work. Yeah. Another weird side effect is I've developed a tiny cough. And my assumption for that is that I have like a bit of a tickle, because like I haven't been able to get like a full breath in a few days, like a full I'm like a yawn, like I can't yawn. When I go to yawn, I have to I start to yawn and then it starts to hurt and I go, oh no. So it's like So I've gotten a little tickle. Spare with it. It is menacing. Anyway, it sucks, but it's I'm fine. If you've ever had pneumonia, I had pneumonia in high school, and it feels very similar to that, where when you breathe, your breath's really shallow and it hurts to breathe. But obviously, it's not pneumonia because I don't have any of the other symptoms. It's just, I have this really, really sore muscle. It'll get better. Here's one of the little
It's a very specific spot on your back, too.
Yeah.
And like that part of your back feels tight.
Yeah. I took my shirt off and I showed Mal like the same motion that whenever I was bending at that table.
Mm-hmm.
And so she could see exactly the muscle like that was flexing or whatever. And she was like, yeah. She's like, that don't look great. And I'm like, well, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. I don't know. But I'm getting there. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna read some alerts because it's been 15 minutes. We got 15 months from Trademark 13. This foreboding music. 34 months from Skit Scott. 300 bits from Macintosh PC. Clown and Grand Morning to the internet. Good parents. Woke up at 5 to my mom screaming that one of our dogs escaped.
Oh.
Fun times. I found him and he's okay though. Well, that's good. That's good. That's not a good thing to wake up to, but I'm glad that you got everything taken care of there. 33 months from Quakesire. We got 33 months also at Tier 2. Gold Toast from Jesse, H&M Anorak. 34 months from Spiffla. 4 months from Digital Nugget. 17 months from Shinoff. 32 months from Arion661. 9 months from Colton. 500 bits from Digital Nugget says, what's the morning? That's just a bright part of night. All parts of any given day are night at various levels of exposure. That's it. Just real bright at 2. And real dark at other 2. There's night, then not night.
In some places, it stays light a long time, certain times of the year.
I don't want to go there.
When we were in Vancouver, it was light very, very late. And I remember we were like, wow, it's still bright out.
That was really cool, actually. And I liked Vancouver otherwise. There was more I wanted to see and do there. But it was super late, and I was like, it's still bright. I tried to get a time lapse looking out of our hotel window of the sun going down, and I think I ran out of batteries. I was like, oh, it's not getting as dark as I thought it would get.
Is this riding?
No. Yeah, my door gun says we get sunset at like 11 p.m. See, that's so late. That's so late. Because like right now we're in summer, so we're having sunset as late as we'll have it, and it's
How late is sunset?
It's
I can.
Oh, you can give us an exact time.
Mm-hmm. Sunset itself is like at 8:30.
That sounds right.
And it comes up at 6:10.
I mean, I prefer this though than when it's like it's 5:30 and it's starting to get dark, and I'm just like, I don't like this at all. I want as much day as possible.
Wisconsin's really bad for that.
Well,
and plus in the winter the sun isn't up as high in the horizon.
Yeah. I just depression car. So I mean, and I know
one of the reasons we decided to move here and not Wisconsin.
Well, you know, and the other thing is, we've talked about this before, but like I want there to be daylight when I wake up, and ideally daylight when I'm done working. Although that's a little more rare since I tend to work a little bit late. And the thing is, I work really good at night. I've always been a good night worker. But it's not worth the depression. It's like, do you get a lot done at night? Yeah, I really do. I could probably wake up like when the sun's going down and be really productive. But is it worth it? And I'm like, nope. It's really not. Jill says, that's why I work underground. I mean, so this room, I have blackout curtains in this room.
And there's a little bit of light that comes in the top.
There's a tiny bit that comes in, and then some comes in from... Cause I keep the bathroom door open, and the bathroom door has light coming in from the window in there. But yeah, I'm everyone's different. Some people can just work at night and they're like, this is fine. I don't mind waking up when the sun has already gone down, and they're not affected by that. I totally am, and on the times I've had to do that, I just get real depressed real fast. So it's just not worth it. In college, when I could keep very few sleep hours and still function, because in college you're made of magic.
Yeah.
I could do both, where I had classes in the day, and then I would stay up at night and get a bunch of stuff done and not really sleep much, and then, you know, get up and do it all over again. Yeah, it was fueled by Taco Bell. That being said, we've talked before about how I fell asleep in the shower literally every single night of my life in college, and that's really not good. Don't do that. It seems extremely unhealthy. The cool thing is getting older is such a gradual decline that you don't even realize it's happening. It's just one day you look back and you're like, wait, hold on. I used to be able to do these things. Why can't I do them anymore? It's like, because you old. Because you old. There are things that you can do when you're 20 you cannot do when you're 30. You just can't do it. And it's fine. Renee says, I feel attacked. It's an attack to everyone. Except the 20-year-olds who now are like, I'll be fine, right? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I cannot believe I fell asleep in the shower every night. Jesus. Anyway, where was I? 28 months from Penguin Frog. 5 months from Rain Array. 11 months from Willie Joel, 345. 33 months from Cybe. We got 10 months from Ikana18. 16 months from Family Jules. It's my son. 18 months from Alice Forsyth. 24 months from Colin4501. Congrats on the 2. 5 months from Lay Reese 24. I think I get that right. 12 months. Everyone's back hurts. From Wonderlive. Congrats on your 1. 11 months from Stoop Kid 241. Capricious Collector gives a sub to Introvert Gaming Bestie. And 300 bits from Colin, who says, I think you are interested in a new console that helps you take better photos, Steven. Clown. I mean, I am. Actually, fun fact about that: the Nintendo Switch, the screenshot button takes the screenshots at 720p. So in some games, like if you're doing a docked game that runs at a higher resolution, which most do, if you want to get a good photo, you're actually better off using capture hardware. Same thing for like Animal Crossing, because that's a game where you're taking pictures a lot. We used to take, when we were doing the Animal Crossing videos, we had been taking screenshots with the thumbnail button, and then we realized it was bad. So we didn't. We used capture hardware instead. Jill says this is his first breakfast stream as a 30-year-old. When was your birthday? It was pretty recent. I feel like I saw a thing on the internet, maybe, about it. June 11th. It was pretty recent. Well, belated happy birthday to you. And then also, congrats. Everything starts hurting now. I mean, to be fair, there's times in my mid-20s I was like, ow, what? Why I hurt? Why? It just gets really bad. I can't wait till it's like mid-30s, and then I'm like, oh no, and then 40s, and I'm like, what? It's great.
You gotta stretch more.
I'm working on it. I am working on it. I'm trying to, like, I haven't stretched in a few days. Well, Sab, this is for you then. So I'm stretching more. I haven't stretched a whole lot in the last few days because I hurt myself. But before that, I've been doing stretches, and I think it's something that could benefit everyone. Seriously, like everyone should wake up and just a lot, like 10 minutes. You don't even need 10. You can do it in 5 minutes, but like 10 minutes of like I'm just gonna stretch and try and stay like that little bit. Especially, I wish I would have started that habit in my 20s, and now I'm in my 30s. I'm like I'm trying to like start it. I would get in that habit. And it's just, I think it would benefit you a lot. Like I wake up in the morning, and I lay on my back and I pull my legs up one at a time to my chest, and I do both, and I do like leg stretches up to the ceiling. I'm just doing what I can to like try and not feel like crap on any given day. It's fine. Dr. Metroid says, do you physically feel older yet, or the same as your 20s? Oh, I definitely feel older. I actually feel... I felt a lot older in the last, like physically older in the last, like, 6 months or 12 months. I mean, for what it's worth, I think 2020 did a number on everybody. Mm-hmm. But like very specifically physically, I have aged within the last year in like major noticeable ways. Like, oh no, why do I feel like this? So that's actually one of the reasons why I'm so adamant now about like trying to stretch and trying to do little things, because it's becoming quickly apparent like how necessary it is. So I'm proud of the fact that in 2020 we did a lot of walks and stuff like that. It's harder to do the walks right now because it's 1 million degrees, but I'm trying to keep moving and stay a little bit limber. So, you know, I'm doing what I can. It's hard. Joel says, I'm much more emotionally stable going into my 30s than my 20s. I feel like I'm trading the location of my stress.
Yeah.
That's fair. I don't feel that emotionally different. Like for my emotional stuff, I feel like I don't know, I feel like I hit a certain point when I was around like 25 or 26, and I've just kind of I've stayed about the same.
That's when you became a grandpa.
Maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was it. But physically, Physically, oof. Armor Fog says, I definitely care less about things that aren't my problem in my 30s. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, like, in my mid to late 20s, I was getting to that point, and now I'm so there. And that's part of, like, big grandpa energy, is just, what's the...
I said a saying that we said a lot in school when I taught.
Not my monkey, not my circus.
Yeah, and Steven's really taken to that saying.
Yeah, I'll read something and I'll be like, just put the phone down and be like, not my monkey, not my circus. Like there's like drama over like something happening. I'm like, don't even care. Not my problem. I live in my own little world, man. I wake up and I'm like, time to have a cup of coffee. I make a video on the internet. And then, like, you know, I'll read some... It might be like a Facebook thing, like a friend's having a thing, and I'll be like, whoa. Nope. Back to what I was doing.
Someone asked if that's a hurricane coming our way.
Is it a hurricane right now?
No. It's not a hurricane right now. It was.
Oh.
And then the wind shear and the mountains on Cuba pulled it apart. It's not even going to be a tropical storm by the time it hits us in 48 hours.
Cool. Oh, man.
Elsa, yep. Elsa. It's an ex-hurricane. Yeah.
Oh, man. I gotta announce some things. I gotta keep reading alerts. I gotta announce something. I'll give you a little taste of a thing, and then I'll give you more tastes of a thing in a minute. Paul reminded me.
We also had Anna, earlier this year. That was the A name.
You know, I've never seen that film.
I know. Lindsay was talking to me about
I know
the
the
second
song.
one
I know
on
the song.
Saturday or Sunday.
I've actually never
And I have
listened
not
to
seen the second
I've never
one.
listened to the full song, but like I heard it once. So I got it.
First, does the Pacific have Olaf? Oh, that's funny.
First announcement. Disc Only is happening tonight. There was a lot of rumors that it wouldn't happen. And that was because John was like, it probably is not going to happen because John got his shot. And John was like, I don't know how I'm going to feel. So John took a break. But we talked about it, and we are doing it tonight. So tonight at 9 p.m. we are doing Disc Only. So that's the first announcement. Second announcement is a big announcement. I'll get to it when I get through alerts. I got a few more to read. 26 months from B.O. Rasmu. We got 2 months from The Whalen. 31 months from Jennifer Jack. 500 bits from Jarnik Majinski, who says, I'll take back my pinata. It's wasted on you. Just spinning that pool cue all over the room. Thanks. I know these songs, man. They're. I have a worm. I have a brain worm. 300 bits from Matt at Satsy. So, I wasn't there for the Friday stream, but if I had been, I may not have wound up doing the exact same thing over the weekend. Oof. Get better soon? Hurting my back has been the...
Stephen is someone who normally doesn't take any sort of ibuprofen or acetaminophen for headaches or anything.
I'm not a medicine guy. Like, I'm not anti-medicine, but my philosophy on medication is like, it's the last resort type thing. I'm like, Chaz hates this. We had a discussion about this yesterday. I just, like in a calendar year, I might take Tylenol twice. Like that's just me. That's just who I am. I'm not against the use of it. It's just in my mind, I'm like, well, if I absolutely need it, I'll take it, and that's just it. You know, and I just personally felt like I didn't absolutely need it. On Friday, I did, and I took it. I took ibuprofen on Friday because I was like, don't feel good. But like on Saturday, I was like, it's like, I'm okay. You know. And then on Sunday, I was like, I'm okay. So I just, yeah. And I'm the same way. I generally have pretty high pain tolerance too, so that probably helps. But also, you know, your mileage may vary, and also some people need medicine. Source, my wife. You probably end up taking ibuprofen about every day.
No.
Not every day?
No.
Not in the last year? No?
March.
In March, you took it twice a day.
Yeah.
4 times a day. You know, at different times you're gonna, you know, I totally get it. But my needs are not her needs, and everyone's needs are different. And I'll tell you, if I hit the mental pain threshold of like, I need a pill, I get a pill. I also sometimes
I'd say every other day.
Every other day?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is like, sometimes because I am the way I am, which is unfortunate I am the way I am, but because I am that way, sometimes when I finally go to take a pill, like I'm like, oh, need a pill, and then I don't even take, like, it's like, you know, take 2 pills, and I'm like, I can take 4. So it's like my use of the medication. It's like on the bottle, it's like, if it says do not exceed 800 milligrams at a time, and on the bottle it says take 2 pills, which is 400 milligrams, then like they're giving you different directions. They're saying take 400, and then they're like, but if you have to, you can take 800. That's what I'm saying. Do not exceed 3,200 milligrams in a year. Not a year, a day. In a year. In a day. It's fine. Ask a doctor. 300 bits from Satsy says, just read that. I just didn't clear it. Sorry, I'm bad at my job. 13 months from Bubbles8738. 9 months, triple plus, from Pink Motima. Yeah, if 3,200 milligrams was in a year, that would be bad. That would be bad. You'd be in trouble. You'd be in big trouble. I wish there was... When are they going to come out with the, like, slow-release pain tablet?
They have them.
No, one.
But they're not ibuprofen.
No, you take them at the beginning of the month.
Oh, that's slow.
And they for the whole month you're good.
Got a knot in my hair.
Anyway, you should be working on that. Hey, Milk Bombs. 5 subs from Kerbeb. To Off-Duty Gamer, Fruit, Blood, and Beans. Bean Soup. Sorry, I had to scroll. Fruit, Blood, and Bean Soup. JW Barker 24, Lufia Weiss, and Gensada. Kerbeb, thank you. Appreciate that. Everyone stay hydrated with milk. Nothing screams summer like milk. 300 bits from GamerGirl2108. Morning, Stephen Mao. I beat Skyward Sword over the weekend. I plan on getting the HD version. Would you ever do a first 20 or stream of it sometime? It's not impossible, but it is not immediately likely. If you've ever wanted to see us play Skyward Sword, we did cover the first 30-ish minutes of it
Extra Life?
on Extra Life. Was it this past year?
Yes.
Yes.
I forget.
I think it was this past one. Me and Dan played it. So if you haven't seen it, yeah, Emma says you only did. Yeah, we only had time for the tutorials, but we played the tutorials. We said hoot a lot, so check that out because we did that. 300 bits from Gherkinoff who says, "Do anti-inflammatories, i.e., ibuprofen, help?" Yeah, so like I said, I had to take them on Friday, and since then I haven't. So on Friday I had pain, just like existence pain is what I'm gonna call it, like.
I have that.
I know. I just had existence pain where, like, it just hurt. So that's why I took medicine. On Saturday, I didn't have that, and that's why I stopped taking it. So I still have, like I said, I still have pain whenever I breathe in, but I have to breathe in real deep. So I haven't been taking it because I'm like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I used more, I also used a lot of ice packs on
Friday.
And I kind of haven't done that much since then, and I probably should. I'm sure that it's gonna heal, but like it's probably gonna take longer if I don't, Oh, that one hurt. Jill says something really amazing about the term existence pain over Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I think it's nice to talk about heavy subjects like the crippling pain of existence over a nice childlike song to really like balance the mood a little bit. Like, I'm about to say this heavy thing, but Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is playing, so you kind of bring it up a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, I'll put more ice on it.
I think you should switch to heat. I told you that last night, and you were like, "No ice."
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. I just know back hurt, someone fix. I don't know anything about it, and I know that I'm getting better each day because I see enough progress, and I'm like, okay, things are good. But I ain't never twisted my. I ain't never been a sports kid, So I don't know about like, oh, you twisted a muscle, you gotta do. I don't know any of that crap. I sat at the computer. I got hurt because I sat stupid in a chair. Where was I? 34 months at Tier 2. Gold Toast from Cormond. Cormond, thank you. We got 12 months from Trains Wreck. It's a year. 32 months from Maylene. GamerGirl2108 gives a sub to Dr. Metroid PGD. We get a sub from The Calm. Welcome. 30 plus 0. 30 plus 270 bits from Genesis. who says, Clown, good morning, grandparents. My roommates and I were able to get into the dorm we wanted, and my job at Best Buy has been a lot of fun. Everything has been coming up Genesis recently. Well, that's good. One thing that's not been coming up, Stephen, is my ability to read simple numbers. Still working that out. Getting into the dorm you want is a big deal, though, because whenever we were, when I was in college, we were trying to not wind up in places we didn't want to wind up. There was actually another dorm I wanted to go to.
Because it was closer to the building you were in all day?
But that was my problem. I lived with 3 guys who their primary building was right next to this dorm, and the dorm I wanted was like down here, like a mile away or more, 2 miles away. It was further away.
Everything where Stephen went to school was spread out. There wasn't a campus. It was like, oh, this building is for sale, we'll buy it.
Yeah. But
so it could be blocks and blocks and blocks away.
The film building was close to this dorm, and I was like, hey guys, you want to go to this one? And they were like, no. They're like, we can literally walk to class from this other dorm. And I'm like, it's fine. So they walked to class all the time, and I drove. Mm-hmm. And I drove. Yeah. Remember the time I lost my dorm key?
Yeah.
Love to pay whatever it was, $500. I think it was like,
I don't know.
It was an insane amount of money. It was really, it's really exciting.
I rolled beans.
I saw. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Where was I? Armor Frog gives us up to Dr. Worm. Thank you. 300 bits and vegetable sorbet. Helping run an art show this weekend. Currently in that weird state between excited and terrified of how much prep we still have to do. Aw, yeah, well, it'll be exciting.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting. Tiny steps. Just, focus on the immediate next thing, and you'll get through it. Mal, you put on an art show once.
Yeah. My senior exhibition.
Yeah, your senior exhibition. That was fun. And then you've been a part of other art shows for
in college.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... Yeah, it'll be exciting. I love art shows, and I love seeing... I like seeing student art and stuff, too. I always really enjoy that. We get 100 bits from OK Ziggy, and 300 bits from Line Rider, who says, so Fuser, the DJ game, was available to play for free this past week on Switch. Tried it, loved it, and bought the full game on sale. Fuser. Haven't heard of that. Have to look into it. You know a game that I really enjoyed when I did a first 20, I've never finished it, but I come back to it every once in a while, is Thumper. It's a rhythm game where you're a beetle in space.
Oh, that one.
/ hell. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to explain. Ooh, it's in VR. Oh, I bet that'd be interesting. Yeah. I really liked it when I played it, and every once in a while I come back. Yeah, it's kind of space, kind of hell. It's kind of got like a like an otherworldly cosmic horror vibe going on. It's interesting. It's really so it's Doom. Ooh, you got me there. Space hell. If you say space hell, I guess that's actually Doom. Yeah, it just takes place in Doom. It's just in Doom. Kind of space, kind of hell. It's space hell. I never did play Bug Snacks. I was gonna try that at some point, but I haven't gotten around to that. There's too many games.
There are a lot of games.
No, there's too many. That's very, very specific. There are too many video games. I've always thought this. Look at 7-month resub from GFA Heart. Thank you. Oh, I said that when I got through alerts, I was going to tell you the thing. So the first announcement. Look behind you. Oh no! So the first announcement was that Disco Only is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's the first thing. The second thing is that breakfast stream will probably start late on Thursday. It's probably going to start late on Thursday.
probably, and we're not sure exactly by how much.
Yeah. So this is one of those things, like, it'll probably start at, like, I'm hoping it'll start by like 9:30, so there'll only be like 30 minutes. Might be a little longer.
It depends on a few things. One of which is the hurricane.
The reason is that there will be guests. There will be some guests here. But we won't. I don't know that we'll be back to the house quite by 9. So
yeah.
It's one of those things, like, there will be guests, but they're flying in close to breakfast stream time, and as a result, I'm not sure exactly the time. So stay tuned to Twitter, where I will keep you updated on the whereabouts of the time. Yeah. So it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to Thursday's breakfast stream, and then also as a result, I'm looking forward to Friday's stream. Partially because I'd love to know what it is. I have no idea what the plan is. We'll figure it out. GFA Hard gives us up to Beckett Brass. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Friends. I hope that I feel better by then, because I'm still stiff. But I'm all right. It's just I
Turn. Don't wiggle.
But turning is the part that's how I mess myself up. I also realized that I do that a little bit. Like I don't do it to the extreme I did it where I hurt myself.
Yeah.
But I do it a little bit sometimes when I've kept up here too. I caught myself doing it last night, and it wasn't 90 degrees, but it was just, just a little bit.
And you were like, oh.
Yeah, like my brain was like, wait, bad. So then I tried to like readjust. But he's cute. He's a lap cat, and he wants to be in my lap. And
he's cute.
He comes up here and he jumps in my lap. He's like, hey man, you hold me? And I'm like, yes, I'll hold you. It's just hard. See, if Kep was the size of Jules' dog,
yeah, it'd be different.
That'd be a little different. I could pull all the way up to my desk, and then the dog would just be like this little little dinner roll thing, and then I could keep working. But instead, my
dog is 3 pounds.
Jesus Christ. Kepler is
13? 15?
15. I think 15, just about exact. He's 14 point something, but probably closer to 15. So yeah. 5 of your dogs. Kep could eat your... I mean, yeah. I don't think he would, but he could.
I think he's enjoying the sun.
Probably, yeah. Whenever him and Sagan were kittens, they were tiny. And actually, there's pictures where I have both of them in my lap. And as they grew up, they still loved to do that. And they would still try and do that. So they were both like full-size cats, and they would just be in my lap. And the way it always worked is that Sagan would get into my lap first, and he'd lay down, and then Kep would just barrel in like, me too, and then just like lay on Sagan, and then Sagan would be like, what are you doing? If it worked, and it would work in reverse too, but the difference is if Kep laid down and Sagan came up, then Sagan would see that Kep was there and almost always just be like, oh, and then go do something. But if Sagan was there first, Kep would just be like,
so?
Not sure why this matters. We're all one big family. It's great. And yeah, they were always both pretty big cats, so Sagan was probably about 13.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah. About 13 pounds, and then Kep was about 15 pounds. They're about 2 pounds apart.
The vet was always like, these are big cats.
They're big boys.
Mm-hmm.
They're big boys. We let them free feed forever until they started gaining too much weight, and the vet was like, nah, you gotta stop that. You gotta stop that. You got 15 months from Broken Dylan. and 8 months from Jade Jennings. Thank you both. I appreciate that. Man, we'll,
Bruiser looks like a big boy.
Well, he's fluffy.
He also a big cat.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if he was just fluff.
He's a lot of fluff.
But is there a cat underneath that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You can never be too sure.
Big and loud.
Yeah, I get the impression he loud. One of the things that Thomas said when he visited last Sunday is he couldn't get over how quiet Kepler was. He's like, Kepler doesn't just randomly scream, and I'm like, no. Like, Kepler will meow if you're in the kitchen and he thinks that there's a chance that food's coming. He'll meow. But otherwise, like, he doesn't just walk around meowing. If you talk to him,
he'll meow.
He'll meow. Like if we were both up here and I just started like speaking very directly to him, like, hey buddy, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? Then he would start to respond. He'd be meow, and I'd be like, yeah, what is it? You want to talk to me? And be meow. We can have little conversations that way. But on his own, he doesn't do that. Now, can he scream? Yes, he can.
She only barks if it's mid-playtime war.
Oh.
Otherwise, quiet.
I imagine that the barks coming from a 3-pound dog are probably tiny. What's the Spanish word? Pequeño.
It's a little bork.
Three barks, then sleep. It does. The dog looks cute. The dog looks very cute. Very tiny dog.
Marnie looks like Sasha, but Sasha is like gold and orange.
Sasha's bigger too.
Well, Sasha's an adult.
Jules says you will meet her soon. It's kind of ominous. I'm at the door with the dog. Oh. I would like to. I would like to. Yeah, Dr. Manimal says, is that a threat? Oh, I'll meet her in my night. Oh, okay, that's much different than I was expecting. We also have to meet Manatee too, who is large
and getting larger.
Yeah. Mitchell asked, has Kepler been around any dogs? No.
He saw a dog out a window once.
Did he?
Our neighbor's dog when they went in the pond that one time. At the old house.
So really, no.
No.
So really, like, hasn't really seen any dogs. Yeah, Renee says, I imagine he'd get the old puffed. He probably would.
At this house, there's not very many cats outside that come around. There's a black cat in the neighborhood that goes around, and very rarely is it behind our house. And Kepler has only seen it out there like once, and he like ran to the back door, and then he like ran around the entire living room and then back to the door like,
he did.
Is he still there?
It's like a racetrack.
And he was like going back all the way around.
Kep does laps sometimes, and I haven't figured out
why.
Yeah, like the specific
Sometimes
reasoning.
we're like preparing his food, and he decides he needs to take a lap around the living room, like all the way in front of the TV, by the back door.
Yeah, Daytona. Like, I don't understand what it is, because it's probably about half the time when we're preparing his food.
And he's not running.
Yeah, he's not running. He just starts a little trot and walks around the entire. I guess he's just trying to like waste time. He's like, this is taking too long, and then he like takes a lap. But it's not all the time. It's just sometimes. Now he does get zoomies after he poops, because I mean after that it's just. I mean, he runs full blast. But, like, why? I have no idea. Chasing demons.
He's lighter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's, I mean, that's a cat thing. Like, running really fast after bathroom is a thing, which is also one of the reasons you want to make sure your cat is regular, because if they're not, then you don't want them running full force around the house with anything that could fly off. We have 11 months from Sammy Weiss, and 4 months from a Woginator. Thank you. Or zoomies at night. Yeah, some get zoomies at night. Fortunately,
Max runs before litter box.
I've seen the cats do that before, but a little more rare. A little bit more rare. Rocco does it though. Rocco absolutely runs before litter box.
He did that on Sunday.
Yeah, we were over. I didn't get a clip of it, but I wanted to. Where all of a sudden because I don't see Rocco be super active. Mm-hmm. But we were over there, and all of a sudden he just. And I was like, buddy? And then he just took off. And he, we have a big armchair that sits by the front door. And he, boom, jumped onto the seat of it. Boom, jumped up onto the top of it. And then just, almost went prone on the back of the chair. And then he, stood back up and he was looking out the screen door. And he was, trying to look. And then he turned around and his tail's huge. And then he jumped back down and he ran into the kitchen.
And then he ran back onto the chair.
And I was like, what's... And they're like, he's going to go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, gracious. It's just,
Coffee.
He was getting prepared. He was trying to make sure that there was some motion to get things moving.
The dog I had growing up would spin in a circle until he went. He'd go out there and you'd know because he'd pick his little paws up and then he'd finally find a spot and he'd do his little dog squat and spin in a circle.
Oh, but not run.
No.
Oh.
In one spot, he would just rotate.
Okay. I think I've seen dogs do that before, so that's not. I thought you meant he went out there and just full blast ran in a circle, and then he fell over dizzy and just pooped out his butt. 300 Bits of Satsy says, I've been buying little things for the cats in the area. This has been happening just enough that Amazon assumes that I have a cat. That's not too bad. When I was a kid, we had a family cat, but then we had 15 cats that were neighborhood cats, and they all came to our house, and we just had a bag of food that we'd pour out. It was fun. It was fun. I felt like I had a bunch of extra cats. Paul says, do you think pets talk to each other about what we humans do before we use the bathroom? It's good. I mean, it's a good question. I, for the longest time, whenever they were kittens, we were trying to teach them how to use the toilet.
Yeah.
With varying levels of success. And I always wondered how they felt about that, Eventually we stopped, and it was probably better that we stopped. Because Sagan was getting it, Kep was not. And, there was not a transition period back, man. It was we put a litter box out, and they were both kind of thanks. Just went right back to you. So I was like, okay. At least we gave it a shot.
Yeah.
At least we gave it a shot. But also, it probably would have been difficult, long term, because we started to do more travel.
Yeah. After
we got the cats, and then if we would have been traveling, someone would have had to have come flush to the toilet because we didn't teach them that. 300 Bits from Dr. Robotnik says, DJ is a cat dog. She gets zoomies and stalks her prey and licks herself clean. Except not really clean because she is still a dog and has dog breath. It's fine. I mean, cats have cat breath. I assume that it's probably relatively equivalent. So. And people always thought that our boy, especially Sagan, was a dog cat because Sagan was so into toys and playing and fetching and doing all this stuff. And Kep doesn't really do so much of that. He's not super into toys. Every once in a while we'll be sitting on the couch and he'll on his own just be run and find a toy and grab it and play with it and do all that stuff. But he's not as big into toys as Sagan was. That's fine. He's more of a cuddle bug, and I'm fine with that. 300 Bits from Radio Dread says, there's a clown at the door. Is it locked? Well, Jules says he was at the door, so is Jules a clown? I've never seen a clown and Jules in the same spot at the same time. Really makes you think. Mystery solved. We should do a few more announcements because we actually have some errands to run today.
Yeah.
So because we're having guests on Thursday, yesterday was kind of crazy, today is going to be kind of crazy, and tomorrow's going to be kind of crazy. It's fine. It's fine. It'll all be okay. It's all going to be okay. But, you know, things are a little crazy. We're told the humor of the phrase "who's this clown" not only implies it's clown, but also not very well known. The only clown you have to know is Bozo. And maybe Pennywise. Bozo and Pennywise. I'm trying to think of other famous clowns. Ronald McDonald. There are three. The Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost of clowns. I think it's it. Krusty. Maybe. Does Joker count as a clown? Joker doesn't count as a clown. Does Joker count as a clown?
Yeah.
Does Joker brand himself a clown, though? Because Krusty is like Krusty the Clown, Bozo the Clown, Ronald McDonald the Clown. Father Peng's son. The clown print. Okay, all right. Okay, well, I think we're up to like 5 clowns. We need a chart. We need a special chart of all of the clowns.
A clown
anyway,
alignment chart.
Oh my god, a clown alignment chart. Someone get started. You need 9 for an alignment chart. We could probably find a few more. Right, back to back. The duality of man. Sephiroth, no. Bassunas, yes. That's the sort of level of agreement we hope to hit here on Breakfast Stream. All right, let's talk about the things that are happening today.
Disc only.
So actually another exciting thing happening. So disc only at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's the first thing. Breakfast Stream will be a little late on Thursday. Not exactly sure by how much. Stay tuned to Twitter, but just know that if you get here and we're not here, that's why. I'm sure some folks...
It will happen.
It will happen. It'll just be late. I'm sure some folks will be here, like, on time, and they'll know, and then other people will be like, why hasn't the stream started? And then those people who are here right now will be like, they said it would be a little late today, and then the other people will be like, cool, thanks, and then that's a great community interaction, so thank you in advance for that. What else am I going to say?
My full version came out.
Mal's full version of the Silent Princess painting came out. It's very, very good. If you're interested in how Mal did that, you can watch that. And then, there's a brand new series today. If you don't want to know, then I won't tell you what it is. I won't tell you what it is. It debuts on Stephen Plays in 2 hours. So I won't tell you what it is. But if you want to know, it is on the calendar. So if you want to spoil yourself, you can go look at the Stephen Plays calendar. If you don't want to know, then don't look it up. And it can be a surprise at 2 o'clock. And he says, when is Kazuya... So I was kind of hoping we'd have the co-op out today. The problem was we recorded it and we sent it to Dan. Dan is on, I say vacation. I guess a vacation. He went to visit family for July 4th. And he took the necessary stuff to work on these other videos, but not for Smash. So whenever I sent him the Smash stuff, he was like, yeah, I didn't bring those files. And I was like, it's fine, just do it when you get back. So the Co-op Classic will come out at some point.
We did record it.
It's recorded, but it's not out yet. But there's a brand new series starting today, so yeah. Also,
Friday will be a stream with our guests.
And we don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We already have some ideas, and I'm sure we'll gain some more ideas too. So, 30 bits from Will Peters, who says the Joker is the Clown Prince of crime. Yeah, so Joker qualifies as clown based on subtitle. I guess it makes sense. Technically clown. We also have 14 months from Zeosarn. Zeosarn, thank you. More golf. I mean, possibly. There's a bunch of things it could be, and maybe we'll do a few things. I don't know, but we'll figure it out by by Friday. In the meantime, that's it for today. Kind of short and sweet today, but we got some things we got to try and accomplish.
The beach is super busy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's wild how many people are here. So we're gonna try and beat the rush on some chores that we have to do today. Have a great Tuesday, and if you're around, join us tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern over on John's channel for Disc Only. Yeah, should be a good time. We'll probably discuss something normal, completely normal. All right. We should get going, so let's see. Dome. How about...
does the 4th episode of Garfield Kart come out Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. For anyone who was like, oh man, are they ever going to do anything other than Garfield Kart? Well, of course, but it's a little mini series of 4 episodes, and you can't split them up. You really can't. The insanity's got to be all together. That's why we did that. But the last one comes out on
Saturday.
On Saturday. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, of course, well, the most obvious. Clown Dome.
Thunder back pains.
Oh, Thunder pains. And also, let's do Thunder Old. And finally, just because I really hope I get to see this, I hope someone tweets this at me later on, Clown Alignment Dome. That's it for today, folks. We'll see you tonight for Disc Only.